Hey to everyone out there watching, it's JT from Keystone Crew Outdoors. Welcome back to Northeastern Pennsylvania's #1 fantasy fishing show. Those of you who like and subscribe to the channel, thank you for your continued support. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, feel free to do so, especially if you like the advice that I give on here. As always, if you haven't signed up for fantasy fishing yet, you can sign up at bassmasterfantasy.com. After signing up, search the Groups tab for Keystone Crew and join up. We'd love to have you. Bit of a break between events here from Lake Seminole to the Bassmaster Classic on the Tennessee River. Hopefully, if you're not doing so well, that gave you a little bit of time to right the ship and put the first two events behind you. I dropped a results show the other day so we could jump right on into the picks. Here's Keystone Crew's Rapala Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing and Mercury Drain the Lake Challenge pick show for the Bassmaster Classic on the Tennessee River from Knoxville, Tennessee, from March 24th through the 26th, 2023. The Tennessee River flows through southeast Knoxville at the confluence of the Holston River of Virginia and the French Broad River of North Carolina. This section of the river is part of the Fort Loudon Lake, an artificial reservoir created by the Tennessee Valley Authority's Fort Loudon Dam. The Classic is Bassmaster's biggest event of the year. Last time the Classic was held in Knoxville, 153,809 spectators showed up. It's like the Super Bowl of bass fishing here. Biggest event of the year. But let's get into the reason you're all watching. Keystone Crew's picks. Here's my gut picks. These are the picks I made right when the buckets were released without any research. In bucket A, I've got Chris Zaldain with 2.2% owned. Bucket B, I'm going with Drew Cook, 7.2% owned. Bucket C, Matt Robertson on him, 16% owned. Bucket D, Przekurat with 7.2% owned. And bucket E, Carl Jocumsen with 42% owned. Here's the research picks. These are the research-based picks. I power rank the picks from the Bass Pundits, different articles I read, and videos that I watch online. And here's how my power ranking shook out for this. These are the picks that you should probably go with if you're going to go and listen to any of my advice on here. For bucket A, my first ranked angler is Brandon Lester, owned by 22.7%. Followed by Brandon Palnick, 14.5%. Stetson Blaylock, 3.8%. The reigning Bassmaster Classic champion, Jason Christie, with 12.1%. And then finally, my fifth ranked angler is Chris Zaldain with that 2.2%. My pick is Chris Zaldain, 2.2%. And the crew research pick is Brandon Lester with 22.7%. On to bucket B. My top ranked angler I have there is Patrick Walters with 10.2% ownership, followed by Brock Mosley with 4.7%, then John Cox, 14.5%, Gerald Swindle with 26.6%, and then Lee Livesey with 5.7% owned. My pick, though, is Drew Cook with that 7.2%. And the crew research pick is Patrick Walters with that 10.2%. Bucket C. Matt Robertson's my top ranked angler here, and he's always something to see at the Classic. He said he's trying to top what he wore last year. We'll see. But Matt Robertson, top ranked angler, 16% owned, followed by Taco Ito, 11.8%. Then Scott Martin, 9.7%. Followed by Keith Combs with 4.2%, and the number 5 angler rounding it out is Jacob Porosnik with 4.9%. My pick and the crew's research pick are the same, Matt Robertson with that 16% owned. I have a gut feeling about him in the Classic. There's something special with the Classic and, with him. Bucket D research picks. Luke Palmer, top-ranked angler there with 7.1% owned, followed by Will Davis Jr. at 9% owned, Cliff Perch with 6.7% owned, Tyler Rivette with 37.4% owned. He's having a great season. And my number 5 angler is Cooper Gallant with that 8.4%. I really think he's going to have a breakout event at some point here this elite season. My pick, though, was that Przekurat, 7.2%. And the cruise pick is Luke Palmer with that 7.1%. On to bucket E. I have Cody Huff ranked as the top ranked angler with 11.5% owned. Tristan McCormick, he's qualified, I think, through the Opens, I want to say. He's not an elite, so this is one of those rare chances in the Classic where you can kind of take an Open angler who won or a college angler who won. So I'm going with Tristan McCormick with that, and he's got 21.3%, so there's some buzz around him. Followed by Carl Jocumsen with 42% owned. Kind of strategy there. If you pick him in bucket E, then you kind of don't have to worry about it, because if he does great, you do great. If he doesn't, 42% of the people are also doing poorly with that. Followed by Shane LaHue with the 17.7%, and JT Tompkins, 0.8%. I believe he qualified through the college ranks. My pick, though, is going with the crowd. Carl Jocumsen, 42% owned, and the cruise pick, the research pick, is Cody Huff with 11.5% owned. For a tie-breaking weight, you got to remember, not a 4-day event. It's a 3-day event. So the weights are going to be a little bit lower than what you would think. I'm going with 55 pounds, 7 ounces. I think it'll be between like 43 to 50, 60 pounds in this. So I'm going with 55.7, kind of in the middle, and we'll see what happens there. All right, real quick, my gut picks again as a little review. Chris Zaldain, 2.2% owned. From bucket A. Bucket B, I have Drew Cook, 7.2% owned. Bucket C, Matt Robertson, 16% owned. Bucket D, Jay Przekurat with 7.2% owned. And bucket E, Carl Jocumsen with 42% owned. The research picks, the ones that you should go with. Bucket A, I have Brandon Lester, 22.7% owned. Bucket B, Patrick Walters, 10.2% owned. Bucket C, Matt Robertson, 16% owned. Bucket D, Luke Palmer, 7.1% owned. And bucket E, Cody Huff, with 11.5% owned. On to Mercury Drain the Lake. Lastly, here's my Drain the Lake picks. It's an elimination or survival style game where you can only use an angler once all season. Bit different here with the Classic because you can pick from any of the anglers in the Classic. So you might not want to burn an elite angler, and you might want to take one of the college or open qualifiers in this one. But once you've used an angler, they're gone for the season, so pick wisely. There was a little bit of different strategy maybe that some of you are using with it being the Classic. I went mostly elites on this, though, and I have Stetson Blaylock, Jason Christie, Brandon Lester, Tristan McCormick, David Mullins, Cliff Perch, Matt Robertson, and Gerald Swindell. Good luck to all of the anglers in the Classic this week. Some of you open anglers or college anglers can make your dreams come true this week. And good luck to all of the cruise followers with their picks. I'm going to leave you here with the leaderboards for our Bassmaster, Rapala Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing, and our Mercury Bassmaster Drain the Lake Challenge leaderboards. And as always, I'll catch you next time.